So I think this is ironic, and depending on how you feel about TyDollaSign, you might find this a little bit ironic. TyDollaSign is an LA-based rapper that has done rapping. He has done singing. He's done R&B. He's done backtracks, and he's an amazing artist so far. So, but the 2022 ended 2 weeks into 2023. I thought this was a clever song to release, and the words don't play, and there's just so much to talk about here, right? So we're gonna kind of talk about this song called 2022. Yes, the Ty Dolla Sign is called 2022, and so this to me has two different perspectives on it, and so it's a weird thing to listen to. So it could be considered a breakup song or a moving on song, or it could just be about to a new year and um the beginning of a new year. So it's overall we're gonna take this in both perspectives, but I'm gonna talk about a few of these. Before we get started, let's see what these ones.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
As I've mentioned before, TyDollaSign released a song called 2022, and so we're gonna just mainly focus on the verses because the chorus is 2022. Oh yeah, like that's the recession number. That's what we're getting for that chorus. It works for TyDollaSign. If it was anybody else, it probably wouldn't work. So we're going to look at the song the way it is. So it's three verses basically. And is this where our story begins and this is where it ends, or is this where it begins? And to some extent, we could argue that that's not a solid enough definition. I mean, it works in a song, but it's more of the relationship. Where do we stand from here? Like, are we gonna go or are we gonna stay? And that's what I get from it. But it also can be like, we're about to leave 2022. Are you gonna stay with 22 or continue with 2022 and 2023? Which either or are perfect ideas to pay attention to very much stay focused on. So that's what that means, and which to some extent we get. The fact that we can't be friends, and so we have to leave it all behind. So metaphorically, if he's trying to make 2022 a person, right? So if he's trying to make 2022 a person, and says we can't be friends, we have to leave it all behind. Yeah, you have to leave 2022 behind to get to 2023, which is just I would say common logic, but I don't know what common logic is metaphorically. But if he's making it about an actual person in 2022, yeah, we had to leave it behind because we couldn't be friends, we couldn't work it out. Which, to some extent, I get that analogy too. So we're gonna see what the analogy he was talking about, but I assume that's the analogy he was trying to use. In verse 2, it's a little more simpler. He tries to. It's too late to repair all this hate in with all this hate in the air. For you to leave. So basically, this is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. So I interpret this in two different ways, in that single way being this lyric right here. Well, it's actually this verse and the next verse, but I'll get to the third verse later. This verse right here, it says it's too late to repair, as in we're almost done with the 2022. Like, we're in the final days of 2022. There's nothing that we can fix, right? Or metaphorically, if he's choosing a person to explain 2022 and give it a personification, yeah, we can't leave it. And that's why that line of there's so much hate in the air. There were a lot of people in 2022 that were like, the end of December, everyone was like, I can't wait for 2023, or my 2023 is starting early because they hated 2022 so much. That's what I'm saying. If it's the year itself, I get this, and now I get this lyrics and I get these song lyrics. But if it's an actual person, right? If it's an actual person I had to fall out with, I also get it. There could be a lot of hate in here because they don't necessarily like the way that things ended. So I get that analogy, which to some extent you would say that doesn't make sense to count that analogy as a problem, right? So it's very typical. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's very typical depending on how you look at it. So overall, we can assume that that one hates over the other, and so that's what I said. That's why that last part of verse 2 is for you to leave. It's like, hey, can you leave? Which one are we talking about? Yeah, so I get that. And then this third verse, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but the third verse is leaving our memories in 2022, and this is that line that messed the song up for me. It's not a bad song. It's the way that this song is played. Um, it's where this song is played because it says leaving our memories in 2022, which makes me think it's a person, but people have been able to personify 2022 before, so I get it. A great example of personifying 2022 is Taylor Swift. That song. I'm turning 2022, right? So overall, I get it like this. It's if it's in loving memory to move 2022 to 2023. It sounds perfect, and overall, it is a great song. It has an okay message behind it. It's not a Ty Dolla song, a song that I really love and enjoy by Ty Dolla Sign, but it's relative. It's relative to how you see it, and that's why I think music is extremely subjective. So, with it being extremely subjective, we're going to assume it's one of the two. It's either a relationship or it's just in 2022 as a year, which either or are okay. We're in 2023 now, so it's okay. Um, I thought it would be you and me, which is why I assume he's talking about a person here, because 2022 and me, I thought it was gonna be me and you. To some extent, makes me believe that he thought him and a person were going to last, and he was going to get married. Because that's another thing that happened in 2022. A lot of people were getting married, so 2022, me and you, but but in 2023 it'll be somebody new. Like we had a falling out, so in 2022, so in 2023, I'm looking for somebody that isn't like you, which it's a clever word on play. It's a clear metaphor on word on play. So I do enjoy that a little bit better. So we'll see. But overall, I think this ranks low for me. It's probably a 6 out of 10. It's not under a 5, but it's a 6 out of 10.